Hi there, thanks so much for tuning in to today's Drawing for Kids class brought to you by the Ann Arbor District Library and the Ann Arbor Art Center. Grab your markers and a piece of paper as well as a ruler and a pencil, and we're going to jump into drawing these really cool lighthouses. You're going to want to use your ruler for a straight edge. You can see how I've started drawing my lighthouse here, and lighthouses don't necessarily have to have diagonal lines on the sides. I've seen plenty of lighthouses that are straight lines, and but you can decide what shape you want. I'm kind of showing this like not really a triangle, but kind of like a triangle if you cut the little tip off there. And then I am going to add more details at the top. And just make sure that you're angling those lines there at the same angle pretty much, so that they're pretty much symmetrical. And then what I'm doing at the top here, you can see I've added almost like a little rectangle with another little triangle on top, and that's where the light will be. And then what kind of looks like a little boat shape with another line that will be kind of the railing, so if you walked around that light. Then, because we're going to be using a lot of repeating elements here, I've added stripes on my lighthouse. Again, you can make these instead of diagonal, you can make them straight across. You want to curve them just a little bit to show that it is a three-dimensional form of a lighthouse. It's not just a flat structure. And then you can see how I've added, with my ruler, I've added lines coming out from the lighthouse. And so I want to add that into the sky. That's going to be like as if the light inside the lighthouse is glowing. And I just want to make it look like there's maybe a sand dune or something kind of grassy with some trees and stuff kind of in the front, and then some water in the background. So I'm just going to create some waves in the water, and I'm just going to draw a simple little sailboat there in the background. I'm also adding details such as finishing off the railing there with the the light on the lighthouse, as well as some arched windows and on the lighthouse itself. And then I'm going to add some foliage. I'm going to keep that foliage pretty loose and simple, just kind of some round shapes for bushes and stuff, and some triangular shaped trees. Once I'm satisfied with my drawing, I can go ahead and start filling in the drawing with markers. And so I am going to start with the sky and do the light first. What I would actually recommend doing is probably starting down there at the bottom and then kind of working your way around. You can see I started coloring that because you don't want to end up having where it's like you start in a random spot if you have it striped like mine anyway, and then when you go to color it, you end up having like two yellow stripes that are next to each other instead of having a little space for the sky in between. So again, I would recommend probably starting, at the stripe, for example, to the left of the lighthouse, and then kind of working your way around going clockwise, if that makes sense. But then otherwise, just keep using your markers to fill in the rest of your drawing. Try to fill it in nice and solid by kind of outlining around the shape that you're filling in, and then coloring in inside to help you just manage to color inside the line. So you can see how I'm doing that. And after you finish that, if you want to outline it with a black marker or Sharpie, you can do that as a finishing touch, but it's up to you and what you want to do to finish your drawing. Otherwise, I hope that you've had a great time drawing with me today.